All right. I'd say let's try this again, but let's just move on. Let's take your palms all the way up overhead. And take a side bend out to your right. Nice. Keep pressing your left, sitting bone down. And then from here, we're going to breathe out. Take a twist out to your left. Take another breath in here. Exhale, twist a little deeper. And then from here, you're going to swing your right arm around behind you. You're going to press your fingertips down, lift your hips, sweep your left arm up. If you need to, go ahead and keep your hips down. And then we'll lower that down. We'll take a side bend out to your left. Okay, let's take another breath in. Exhale a little deeper. Same thing, take another breath in. And then exhale, take your twist out to the right. Take a breath in, lengthen through the belly. And then exhale, rotate maybe a little deeper. And then we'll inhale, unwind, circle your left hand all the way back behind you. And you might just lengthen your right arm up alongside the ear, maybe lift the hips, if that feels okay. Let's lower down, lean back a little bit, just enough to switch to crossing of your legs. And then we'll go through that again a little bit faster with each breath. So let's take the palms all the way up overhead to start. And then exhale, side bend to your right. Take a breath in. Exhale, twist out to your left. And then nice big breath in to circle your right arm around. Lengthen through the left side of your body, hips maybe up. And then lower down. Take a breath in and then exhale, side bend over to your left. Nice, take another breath in. And then exhale, circle out to your right. Nice. And then on the next breath in, we'll sweep that right arm, or left arm. Woo. And lengthen up through that left side of the body, and then lower down. And then from here, walk your hands back a little bit. We're going to float the feet up into Navasana. Your hands can stay back behind you. Go ahead and come up onto your mat, unless you want the block for the added challenge. Go for it. Because this warm-up hasn't been challenging enough already. Hands can stay back behind you, or reach out, legs can stay bent, or you might extend through the legs. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together, keep reaching out through the fingers, take a breath in, and then lower a little, and then lift a little, and lower a little, lift a little. You can make that as little or as big as you need to today. Lift a little, let's go 3 more. Keep using the fingertips to reach. Nice. And 2. And last one. Your choice, leg over top. Let's just come forward onto hands and knees. We'll rotate out for the side here. So we'll keep this traditional cat and cow to start. So palms underneath the shoulders, knees under your hips, hide your feet behind the thighs. Let's draw the tailbone up, drop the ribs, lift your gaze. Exhale, chin to your chest. Press your ribs away, lengthen the tailbone down. Inhale as you work your way up the spine into cow. And exhale, chin into your chest for cow. Let's do 3 more like this. And exhale as you round. Inhale your way up the spine. And exhale as you round. Nice. 1 more here. Exhale as you round. And then from here, let's meet through tabletops. The tailbone lifts just slightly. Crown of your head reaching forward. Let's extend your right leg back behind you to a hover. Shift your weight forward into your right palm. Let's extend your left arm out. Take a breath in. And then exhale, tap your elbow and knee together. And then inhale as you reach out. Exhale in. Inhale, extend out so that arm stays alongside of your cheek as you reach out. And then maybe even see if you can get your knee and elbow to cross a little bit, almost like you're reaching your elbow with your outer right hip. Let's go 3 more. Keep shifting your weight into your right palm. Nice. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale. Round in. Inhale as you reach out. From here, let's take your Hand back behind you to the base of your pelvis. You're going to bend your right knee, point your big toes up toward the ceiling. Start to press your right palm down to turn your left shoulder up. Ooh, little twisty balance there. And then squeeze your hamstrings in toward your calf a bit. You might reach your left hand back behind you. You might be able to reach those toes. And if you do, you can even press into your hand to help open up the chest here. Keep drawing your belly button up and in for balance. And then if you have your foot without slingshotting, release your hand from your foot. And then all together, we'll lower your left palm down. Let's step your right foot all the way down, lower your heel, and then step your left foot out. We'll bring your right hand up to the ceiling, and then we'll find a little extra breath into that wrist. Take your hand into a fist, and just take it into a few circles. And then take your hand around a few opposite circles here. And then right back out through the palm. Bring your arm alongside of your ear. Keep your gaze up at the ceiling. Get that nice stretch into the whole right side of your body. And then exhale, the palm down to your mat. We'll tuck your knee back in under the hips. And then just one round here. Lift your tailbone, drop the ribs, come into cow. Exhale, chin into your chest as you round. And then we'll meet through that tabletop. So tailbone lifts just slightly. Gaze back in between the thumbs. And then let's step your left leg back to a hover. Don't worry about the height of that leg. So the foot's maybe just a half an inch off of your mat. Let's extend your right arm alongside the cheek, thumb up. Keep your weight into your left palm. Take a breath in. And then exhale as you round in. Inhale as you reach out. And then exhale as you tap. Inhale, reach. And then you might even start to slide the elbow down the outer thigh a bit. And almost like you want to reach the elbow and that outer hip together. Let's go 3 more. Slow and steady. Exhale here for 2. Last one. Warming up the core. Inhale as you reach out. And then go ahead and lower your right palm down. Lower your left toes down. Pull the heel down. Pivot your right foot out, reaching that left arm up toward the ceiling, and then we'll close the hand into a fist and just take a few circles one way. And then you can switch in that opposite direction. And then brighten back out through the palm. Take a breath in, lengthen your arm alongside the ear, bring your gaze up toward the ceiling. See if you can lift those ribs, puff them out toward the ceiling a little more. And exhale, lower your hand down to your mat. All right, we're gonna step into a full plank here. Whew. All right, little hold, keep pressing your palms, keep pressing your chest away from your chest. Roll your triceps in like you're trying to hide the armpits. Whew. Press into your feet like you wanna slide them toward the hands. Whew. And just breathe. Warming up the core and the diaphragm a bit. Nice. Take one more round of breath here. And then we'll lift into downward facing dog. Might feel nice to even separate the palms just a bit. And then just bend one knee and then the other, pressing one heel down to your mat and then the other. And even take the hips side to side a little bit to increase that stretch in toward the ribs. And then let's go ahead and walk that all the way to the top of your mat. Nice. And then cross opposite elbows. Tuck your chin into your chest. Give your head a little gentle shake side to side. Maybe start to sway the torso side to side. And start to shift your weight all the way in toward the balls of your feet. Allow the toes to scrunch down into your mat like you're going to pick up your mat. Release your fingertips down to your mat. Start to walk your hands over toward the right edge of your mat, bending into your right knee as much as you need. See if you can lift your left hip up toward the ceiling. Keep the chin into your chest. Maybe even lean the hips over toward the left a bit. And then we'll walk the hands around for through center. Take it all the way over to the left edge of your mat, bending into your left knee as much as you need to. And then see if you can lengthen through that right leg. And you might find a little lean over toward the right. Keep digging your fingerprints down into your mat. Let's walk the hands back through center. Keep your weight into the toes. Let's bring your fingertips to your shins. Lengthen the belly, halfway lift. Nice. Take another breath in here. See if you can pull the shoulder blades back as you kick the shins forward. And then exhale, just slide the hands down toward the ankles. Get a sensation of letting go. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, lengthen through the belly. And exhale, fold. Gaze is going to sink down to your mat. Breathe in, shoulder blades back, shins forward, lengthen the belly. And exhale, fold. This time, shift your weight back into heels. Lift all 10 toes. Keep your chin into your chest. Little bend to the knees. We're going to drag your hands all the way up the shins through the whole front side of the legs. Stacking one vertebrae over top of another. Open up through the chest. Sweep the arms all the way up overhead. And just exhale, release the arms down. Sweep the arms up as you breathe in. Exhale, scrunch your toes into your mat, bend into your knees, and then fold. And then inhale, halfway lift, fingertips come to the shins, and exhale, fold. Press down through the heels, one fell swoop. Sweep the arms all the way up overhead. And exhale, release the arms. Nice, take a breath in, sweep the arms up, and exhale, fold again. Bend the knees, front into the toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more like that. Sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, release the arms down. Inhale, sweep the arms up, picking up the pace just a bit. And exhale, fold. This time we're going to inhale your right leg all the way back behind you into a low lunge. Wiggle those toes back as far as you can. Nice. Challenge your legs a little bit so you can draw your fingertips, your belly off of your thigh. Nice. Exhale, grounding down through the palms. Nice and easy. Step that left foot back into downward facing dog. And then inhale as you come forward into plank. Nice. You might go knees down first. Otherwise, see if you can touch your nose down to your mat first. And then the chest, then the belly and the hips. Let's press into the feet. Keep your nose down to your mat. Squeeze your shoulder blades and elbows together. Draw the belly button up and in. And then think of lifting your sternum off of your mat, and then the chin and the nose. Nice. Create a little bit more space in the back of your neck. Tuck the chin into your chest a bit. Take another breath in. Maybe lift a little bit higher. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. And exhale, lower all the way down. Let's come into child's pose. So bend the knees, bring the big toes to touch. Press your way back, hips over top the heels. Lower your forehead down onto your mat. So, this pose might be your best friend tonight. Feel free to always come back to it whenever you need to catch your breath. Slow down your practice. Take a deep breath in, bleeding right in between the shoulder blades. And exhale, sinking your heart back down toward your mat. And then from here, let's tuck the toes under, lift the hips to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg back behind you. And exhale, step your foot in between the thumbs. You might need your hand to help it up there, that's fine. Come high onto the fingertips. So you can sink your left foot down a little bit more. And then let's peek over your right shoulder. Let that stretch all the way through the left side of your body. And then inhale as you bring your gaze back to the top of your mat. Exhale as you step into your fold. Press down through your heels, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, release the arms down. Inhale as you sweep the arms up. And exhale as you fold. Let's step your left leg back behind you into your low lunge. Again, lengthen your skin, wiggle those toes back. And then use your legs to bring your fingertips to a hover. Draw your belly button up in. Nice, nice. Round your palms down, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale forward into plank. Even slower than last time. So get that sensation of pressing yourself away See if you can touch your nose down first, then your chest, then the belly. Passing to the top of the feet, draw the shoulder blades down toward the hips, opening up through the heart and throat. Lift your gaze just slightly, maybe to that top edge of your mat. And then exhale, lower down. Let's tuck your toes under. Your knees can stay down here to press your way through a modified plank. Or knees up. Keep your chin into your chest to help engage through your core. Deep breath in. Exhale, press your way through plank. Lift the hips, soften into knees for down dog. Let's inhale your left leg back behind you. Nice big step in between the thumbs. Come high onto your fingertips, sink into your right hip. Look over your left shoulder. And then inhale your gaze back to the top edge of your mat. Exhale, step into your fold. Press down through your heels, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, arms down. All right, inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, soften into your knees and fold. This time we'll step the right leg back behind you, maybe keeping those fingertips to a hover. Exhale, grounding down through the palms, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward into plank, this time lowering all the way down, or you might stop halfway through Chaturanga. You might stick with baby cobra, or if you want to elevate the hips into upward facing dog, tuck your chin into your chest. So lift into downward facing dog. Let's take your right leg back behind you. Exhale, step your foot to the outside of your right hand. Whew, nice and easy. Lower your left knee down, maybe onto some padding if you need it. We're going to take your right hand back behind you. Maybe just get this opening through the chest. Keep sinking into your left hip. Might go nice to fan that right knee out, as long as you can start to see the sole of your foot. And if it's comfortable for your left knee, you might bend that guy in, reach for the toes. And if you find that connection, you might press your foot into your hand, open up through the chest, or maybe help guide your heel into your thumb. Give me another round of breath here. So if you have your foot without slingshotting, let's go ahead and release your foot. And then lower that down, sweep your right arm all the way alongside your ear, bringing your palm down to your mat. Come high onto your fingertips, tuck your left foot under, lift your knee. And then exhale, step into yogi squat. All right, from here, we're going to take your left arm to the inside of your thigh. Ground the palms down, just in front of the toes. Sweep your right arm up. Keep bending into that left arm. Get that stretch into your inner thigh. You might stay here. You might take your right hand, thumbs down. Sweep your arm behind the back so the fingers come behind your left hip. You might be able to circle that left hand around, maybe to the outside of your ankle. You might be able to catch a bind. Wherever you are, keep spreading the collarbones out nice and wide. And then nice and easy, we'll unwind and find a forward fold. Press the fingertips down, slide the heels out, lift the hips. Do a little stretch into the inner hip area. Go ahead and press down through the big toe edge of your feet. Gently sway the hips side to side. Nice. And then let's step the feet all the way back together. Press down through the heels. Sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Nice. Inhale the arms up and bend the knees. Press down through the toes and fold. Again, maybe keep your fingertips to a hover. We'll step your left leg back into your low lunge. And just waking up those legs for a little bit more. Nice. Exhale, ground down through the palm. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Even slower than before. Lower all the way down. Maybe stopping halfway. Take your back bend of choice. You can always lower all the way onto your belly. Keep that lifted. Exhale, chin into your chest to lift into downward facing dog. We'll inhale your left leg back behind you. Exhale, big step to the outside of your left hand. Gently release your right knee down, maybe onto some padding. And then we'll take that left arm back. And lots of options here. If this feels nice on this side, then stay here. Might feel nice to fan that inner, your left leg open a bit. You might extend that arm all the way back behind you, bend in your knee, reaching for your foot. You might seesaw between the two if you made that connection of maybe pulling or pressing the foot into your hand. Wherever you are, just work on sinking into your right hip, opening up through the left side of your chest. And then if you have your foot, nice and easy, release that down. Bring your left hand back down to your mat, climbing onto the fingertips. Tuck your right toes, lift your knee. Deep breath in. Exhale, step back into yogi squat or malasana. Nice. Make sure your heels are grounded for this. So you might need to widen the feet even more. See if you can lift up all 10 toes. Bring your palms together. Press the elbows into your inner thighs. See if you can sink down through the tailbone. Nice. With those toes up, ground down through your heels. You're going to sweep your arms up overhead. Press down, rise up. And then exhale the arms down. Set the feet back together for Tadasana. All right, everyone's favorite. We're going to sink into Utkatasana. So palms can come together in front of the chest for your shoulders if you need it. Or extending the arms up. If your arms are up, pretend like they extend all the way down to the bottom of your rib cage. So if the arms are bent, make one long line from here after the fingertips. So arms might need to be wider. Make sure you can see your toes peering out from your knees. Actually, let's lift all 10 toes. See if you can lower the pinky toes down. And then each next toe nice and slow until you get to the big toes. There may or may not be space between your toes. Then you can reopen the throat. Sink the hips down and back a little bit more. I know they want to lift. Take a breath in. Stay here. Strong breath out. Think of drawing your rib cage in. Take a breath in. Reach your thumbs back a little bit more. And take another breath in. Sink maybe a little bit deeper. One more breath in here. And just exhale, fold the belly against your thighs. Lift the hips and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Again, shins are going to press forward so the low back can lengthen. And then exhale, round down through the palms. Let's all step back into plank. Little hold here. From here, notice your weight probably into the balls of the feet and all 10 toes. See if you can rock forward. So maybe your weight's just onto the big toes. And then you're going to rock back. Maybe you get there. Maybe it's just the first 3 toes. Maybe the first 2. Maybe just that big toe. We're going to go back and forth with the breath. Inhale as you come forward. Little ankle mobility, toe string. Oh, warming up those inner thighs and low core. All right, this time we're going to come forward. Woo, lower all the way down. We're stopping halfway. Inhale into your back bend of choice, pressing through the tops of the feet. Tuck your chin into your chest. Strong breath out. You come back into downward facing dog. Little breather here. Nice, maybe bend the knees just a smidge more. So the belly and the heart can reach back toward the thighs, knees. And from here, let's step the feet together. Bend the knees, sink the hips toward the heels, lift your gaze or your gaze. You're gonna breathe in, begin to breathe out, and then at the end of your exhale, you'll step, maybe float the feet toward the top of your mat. Take a breath in, halfway lift, and just let go and fold. Press down through the heels, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, release the arms down. Let's inhale into Utkatasana. Exhale here. Take another breath in. And just exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Yogi's choice if you want to keep on stepping back, or if you've been practicing a while, you want to jump back into bent elbows. Inhale into back bend choice. Exhale, again, you can always lower the knees down first for your low back, and then scoop the tailbone up and back into downward facing dog. Let's inhale your right leg back behind you. Exhale, step your foot behind the wrist. So a little shorter stand. Lower your left heel down. Let's sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Nice. Keep passing down through your left heel. Sweep the arms up a little bit more. And then from here, let's take the hands back behind you. Interlace the fingers. Slide the hands past your left or your tailbone there, past your left glutes. Take a breath in, and then exhale, start to fold. So you'll bring your right shoulder over across your thigh, chin into your chest, bring your gaze back at your left heel. And keep reaching your hands away from the shoulders. Stay here one more round of breath. And then using the hands to reach up toward the ceiling, pressing into the feet, lengthen through the belly, lift the chest all the way up. Take another breath in as you sweep the arms up. And exhale, open out. So create a nice wide stance here. Double check in the feet. Imagine like you're standing on a tightrope. So chances are you need to move that right foot in a bit. Nice, and through the arms. Nice. And then notice your gaze tends to pull you forward here, so you can reach a little bit more energy into that back arm. It's hot here. It's okay, it keeps the virus away. All right, let's flip your friend ball. Thanks, Autumn. Yeah. Sweep that right arm up. Keep sinking into your left hip. Okay. Let's exhale your right arm to the inside of your shin, left fingertips up. And then we're going to keep with these arms. Inhale as you reach back, reverse your warrior. And then exhale those T arms forward. So it's almost like triangle and extended side angle, had a baby. Let's inhale as you reverse. And exhale forward. One more, keep your right knee over top of the ankle. Inhale as you reverse. And exhale, we'll settle in here. So if you want to come back to more of a traditional shape here, creating that long diagonal line, or if you want to keep with that hybrid, any shape is yours to take. If you want to take this low, deepen that stretch of your inner hip, go for it. If you want to keep this high, challenge your core. If you are low or high, you can take a half bind. Maybe find that full bind. Wherever you are, keep expanding through that left side of your chest. Nice. Keep pressing into your mat, almost like you could rip your mat apart right in the center there. And then nice and slow, let's unwind, reverse your warrior. And then let's circle your back hand all the way around and down. We'll come in through a twist, lift your left heel, sweep your right fingertips up toward the ceiling. Take another breath in, sweep that arm alongside of your ear. And then exhale, lower the palm down. Take a breath in here, and then let's extend through that front leg. And then let's come to a little flow here. So you'll re-bend, and then lengthen through that leg. Don't worry about how straight that leg gets. Inhale as you rebend. 3 more. Exhale as you lengthen. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lengthen. Nice. Keep pressing your front foot down and forward as you extend that leg. 1 more. Rebend. And exhale, lengthen. Little breather here. See if you can roll your inner right thigh down a bit. Keep pressing your foot down and forward. Almost like you want to stretch your mat apart. Tuck your chin into your chest. Soften the breath into your belly. Nice. Gaze can be down at that left big toe. And then take a deep breath in through your nose. And just pour the breath out through the lips. And then inhale as you come back into your low lunge. We'll ground down through the palms, step back into maybe a 3-legged plank. Option 2, vinyasa, or not. Again, you can always take a downward facing dog or child's pose. Nice. And then as you're ready, meeting back in downward facing dog. We'll inhale your left leg back behind you. Exhale, think shorter stance, but right behind where your wrist is. Let's plant that right heel down, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. So we didn't do this on the other side, but your feet should be more on train track, so a little bit wider. Nice, keep pressing your right armpit forward. Nice, reach up a little higher still. Again, think those arms extending all the way down to your waistline. And then let's take the arms back behind you. Take your opposite or funky thumb on top. We'll interlace the hands, slide them behind that back leg, open up through the chest. Actively squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then exhale as you fold, lowering that left shoulder to rest. You might be able to even widen that left foot a little bit more. Notice if your hips tend to swing out toward the left here. See if you can scoot them back over toward the middle of your mat. And allow the chin to soften into your chest. And start to press down through that left foot, rising all the way up. Lifting the arms up last, take another breath in. And then exhale, open out into warrior two. I'm going to pivot around this way. Nice. And then let's find that flow here. Take a breath in, reverse your warrior. And then we'll stick with those T arms. So the arm is not as up and high. Across that shin bone, right fingertips up. And then inhale as you reverse. Exhale as you come forward. Be mindful of your knee. Keep it over top of your ankle as you reverse. Breathing into your left ribs. Exhale forward. Nice, one more. Inhale as you reverse. And then this time we'll settle in. So again, create your shape on this side. You want to keep with that hybrid, or if you want to rest your elbow across your thigh. Draw that top arm alongside of your ear. Maybe deepen that inner hip stretch, reaching toward your ankle or your mat. And welcome to bind here. So make this your own practice. Anything goes. It's important to keep that right side of the chest open. Yeah, it's too early. Nice and slow. Let's unwind. Nice, flip your front palm, and then we'll circle that back hand all the way around and down and back into your twist. Lift your heel, squeeze your left fingertips up so you can squeeze your armpit toward your knee. And then we'll breathe in, sweep that arm alongside your ear. And then exhale the fingertips down. Come high onto your fingertips unless you've got your blocks with you. Take a breath in. And then exhale for to lengthen through that leg. And then inhale, rebend. Don't worry about if that leg lengthens all the way or not. We still want to bend to that knee. Inhale forward. Exhale, lengthen. And then start to press your left foot down and forward like you're trying to slide it toward the top of the edge of your mat as you lengthen your leg. Nice. Let's do one more. Inhale as you rebend. And then exhale as you lengthen. And then we'll hang out here. Tuck your chin into your chest. And keep that crush of your foot reaching toward the top edge of your mat. Nice. Maybe tuck your chin into your chest. Close the eyes. Shake your head side to side. And you get a sensation of letting go. And then send a breath in through your nose and pour it out through your lips. Then inhale, bending back into your front leg, rounding down through the palms, set back into a three-legged plank. Your choice, lower all the way down, moving through your vinyasa. Just lower those toes down, be back in downward facing dog. So always an opportunity to make your practice as restful or as active as you would like. Let's step the feet together, bend the knees, sink the hips, lift your gaze, lengthen the belly. Exhale, step, maybe float feet. In between the palms, you might need to walk the rest of the way out there. Let's take a breath in, leg through the belly, Ardha Uttanasana, and just exhale, fold. We'll come into Uttanasana, and then you fingertips, sweep the arms up. From here, let's start to press down through your right foot. Bring your left knee up to a hover. Lower the arms down. We're going to take a breath in, move your knee out to the side, and then take it back forward. And then we're going to sink back into chair. Same thing, press down through your left foot, rise on up. And then open up through your inner hip. Close it back up. Sink back into chair. This time we're going to bring your palms together. Ooh, sink down nice and low. Take a breath in. And then exhale, take your twist out to your right. Keep your gaze down at your mat. Double checking with your left knee tends to reach around. See if you can press your knee back. So you can think of lengthening through your left waistline. And then this is going to be fun. You're going to start to shift weight into your left foot. You might just bring your right foot to a hover. You might be able to use your right knee to drive the chest upright. And then nice and slow. Woo, lower down. This time you're going to shift your weight into your right foot. Bring your left foot in toward your bum. Keep reaching your heart forward. Don't extend that leg back. Lower the toes down. Wherever they land, wiggle those guys back. All the way back. The hips can be into your left hip. Nice. And options with the arms, you can stay here. You can press your right palm down to help turn the chest up. If you like to open up through the arms, either on that side of your knee, or if you like to re-ground your palm into the left side of your mat. Wherever it's easy to breathe. Okay, so take another round of breath here. And then start to lighten up out of your palm. Press into your feet. You're going to energize your left arm all the way up and around. Into warrior two. And I'm going to pull those feet through. And then let's lengthen through your right leg. So let's take the L shape of your right hand. Put it right into your hip. And then push your hips over to the left. See if you can fold that side of your waistline right into that top side of your hand. Nice. So squeezing both the bottom and top side of your hand. Once you've got that, go ahead and reach your left fingertips up toward the ceiling. Take your hand back out. You can place it either on top or to the inside of your shin bone. Just be mindful not to put any pressure on your knee. Nice. Keep hugging your inner right thigh down toward your mat, pressing more into the big toe edges of your feet. Nice. You might stay here. It might feel nice to lengthen your left arm alongside your ear. Get that stretch into the left ribs. Or yeah, if you want to extend your right arm out to a hover as well. Keep stretching your mat apart using that support from the legs. Take one more round of breath here. And then inhale as you rise on up. And then exhale back into warrior two. We're going to set up for Ardha Chandrasana or half move. So you can bring your tallest block with you. If it's not already there, you can place it about a foot or so in front of your right pinky toe. Start to bring all of your weight forward. You might need to step your back foot in a pace or two. And then strong breath out to lift through that left side of your body. So more important to have some height here. If you do have a wall, go ahead and use it. Nice, few different options. If you want to leave your hand downward, if you can take your left hand to maybe catch your left foot. Ooh. A little extra stretch in there. Or if your balance is feeling pretty good today, you want to extend your right arm alongside your ear. And then we're slowly going to meet that in warrior two. We made it. All right. Settling back into warrior two. Catch your breath. This is your active resting pose for right now. Okay, so from here, let's sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Tuck your toes in the face of side edge of your mat. And then from here, just bring the hands up overhead, interlace the palms. Little lift of the heart, keep pressing down through your feet. Just take a little side bend over to your left. Get a nice little stretch through those obliques that we're just working. And then let's continue with that little semicircle out to your left. And then just hang heavy here. You might even just allow your torso to pendulum side to side. And then these next few breaths are yours to find some movement or stillness here. If you just want to rest, close your eyes. And you might walk your hands over toward one foot and then the other. You might do some lateral lunges. Kind of taking some time with your own body, your own breath. And let's take the hands underneath the shoulders, find halfway lift. And then let's walk the hands around toward the top edge of your mat when working through a low lunge. And then let's step your back foot in about halfway, coming into Parsvottanasana. So feet are just slightly wider than one another, almost like warrior two. Nice, and then you can come onto your tallest blocks if the floor is too far away, or hands to your shin. Or if you're able to reach down, there's a nice little self-adjustment, pressing your left thumb down to your right big toe. And you can take that L shape of your right hand and then tuck it into your right hip with the thumb in front, fingers wrapping around the hip. And then you can think of stretching both your thumbs away from one another. Wherever you are, tuck the chin into your chest. Notice if your left heel wants to lift, keep pressing it down. Maybe even see if you can lift your left toes. Now we don't get a lot of toe and ankle flexion there. And then nice and easy, let's release your hands down. If you took that selfie adjustment, we're gonna wiggle your left leg all the way back into your low lunge. Let's come back into a twist. Ground your left palm down. Squeeze your right fingertips up. Option two, just stay here, or if you want a little added funzy into Vasisthasana or your side plank, you can walk your right leg, your right foot around to create a triangle shape with your feet in your left palm. Or you might take that guy in front of your left foot. Knees can be down at your mat for your balance. Or maybe challenge your balance with your knees up toward the ceiling. Right fingertips might stay here, or maybe lengthen alongside of your ear. So always lots of places to go with each pose. And then we'll exhale that right palm down to your mat. Step your right leg back behind you if it's not already there. And then yogi's choice to either move through vinyasa, or maybe just take a few breaths of rest into downward facing dog or child's pose. And after you're ready, we'll meet at the top of your mat. So cross the feet together, bend the knees, sink the hips, lift your gaze at the bottom of your exhale. Step, maybe float the feet toward the top edge of your mat. And again, that's fine if you need to rock or walk the rest of the way up there. Let's take a breath in, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Let's come back into Utkatasana, bend the knees, sink the hips. Sweep the hands up. Nice. Let's bring the palms together. And then we'll take a twist out to your left. So elbow hooking, maybe over top of that right thigh, maybe across the left. And then double check. That right hip tends to come forward as we twist around. So So think of lengthening through your right waistline, reach your right hip back. And then we'll play around with that twisted balance, or we'll go with them. Start to shift weight into your right foot. Keep your gaze down to that right big toe for balance. You might just bring your left foot up to a little tiny hover, or you might be able to work the spine upright, maybe keeping in that twist. Nice and slow, lower down. And then start to shift your weight into your left foot, picking your right foot up in toward your bum. Keep reaching your energy, your crown of your head reaching forward. So extend that leg back wherever it lands. Wiggle those toes back even more. I'm going to say this on the other side, but your knee can always touch down here to support your twist, or maybe working in that balance. And then arms can open if that feels nice. Or maybe regrounding your right palm to the right side of your mat. And then start to press down through the feet. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Energize that right arm all the way up and around like a rainbow. And back into layer two. I'm hungry. Let's lengthen through that front leg. And we're going to take that L-shaped part of your hand into your left hip. If you got some attitude, you're going to press your hips over to your right. So that you're squeezing your side of your flesh into the top side of your hand. Once it's there, go ahead and release your hand down to your chin. Right fingertips up toward the ceiling. Nice. You can draw the ribs in a little bit. Keep pressing more into the big toe edges of your feet. Nice. And again, might feel nice just to stay here. You want to try that out with lengthening your right arm alongside of your ear. Maybe bringing your left arm out to hover as well. Keep pressing into your mat. Give it a little extra stretch. Nice, guys. Press through your feet. Reach all the way up. Exhale back into warrior two. All right, and then you know where this is going. You can bring your tallest block with you, or just your fingertips to that space just in front of your left big toe or pinky toe. It's all right if you swivel this back leg in first. Take a deep breath in, prepare, and then exhale to help kick that leg up. Oh, you might come out of it. You might come back in. Keep energizing that top palm up. And if your fingertips are on your mat, you might want to play around with bending in your knee, reaching for your foot. Or if that bottom hand is to a hover, you might work on reaching that arm alongside of your ear. And then slowly lowering back down into layer two. Let's sweep the arms up, tuck the toes back into face the side edge of your mat. And then we'll interlace the hands, maybe funky thumb on top. Lift the palms up, little lift of your heart, and then we'll take a little side bend over to your right. Nice, take another breath in, reach out a little bit longer, and then exhale, soften into your knees a bit to help semicircle the arms down and around. Maybe add a little sway back and forth here. And make this part your own practice here. If you even have an inversion you want to play around with, or if you just want to rest, close the eyes. Anything goes here. Or if you want to add in a twist. Nice, wherever you are, let's do about 3 more rounds of breath. And let's go ahead and lengthen the arms Press the fingers down into the shoulders, and then we'll walk the hands around to your left foot. So we're working into your low lunge. We'll come into that twist, round your right palm down, sweep your left fingertips up. And you're more than welcome to stay here. Or if you want to play around with side plank, you can start to walk your left foot around, maybe halfway. You can just create this triangular base. You might step your foot in front of the right. Maybe feet over top. Your knees can be down at your mat for balance. Or maybe challenge your gaze, bringing it up toward the ceiling. Maybe even lengthening that arm alongside your ear. And then exhale, lowering down, meaning in plank. And then moving through a vinyasa, or maybe take this opportunity to rest, catch your breath, slow down your practice. And then we're going to meet to the top of your mat in Balasana or Yogi Squat. So Yogi's choice, if you either want to step or maybe put the feet to the outside of your hands. And then we'll spend a little bit of time here. So if you're ready to just slow down your practice, you want to close the eyes, you can bring your asana down to a block, or if you want to make this a little bit more active, if you want to come back into that line you were doing from, or if you want to take flight into Bakasana. Yeah. Anything goes. If you want to take Parsvabhakasana, or even if there's a different arm balance that you would like to try the practice. Take gaze forward. So to draw your elbows are behind your wrists right now. So you want to try and get them more forward first. And then that way your knees can rest on the back. More. Beautiful for your shoes come off. That's bound to happen.
It's better actually.
Might happen a few more times. Never know. And then you learn how to stop yourself from falling.
Yeah.
And then that's how you stay up.
Try to guess it. Mathematics well.
Yeah. And then maybe even widen your hands a little bit more. Yeah, maybe try that there. Think elbows over your fingertips. And then bring your gaze a little bit higher toward like the floor even in front of your mat. Don't worry, everyone's watching. Nice. Yeah, that top leg is right where it needs to be. All right. How you doing over there? All right. You have so much more time left. Yeah, we've got time for that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do some bird paradise. Gotta work on these things. And you guys did so well with rising up into that like twisty balance thing too. All right, let's go for it. At least find a forward fold here just to start to slow down your practice. Or if you're autumn and you want to run your arms through. Right foot down first, so left arm underneath your thigh. You might get to bind. This is a nice option for a forward fold too. Get a little extension in your chest. Or you might start to ground down through your right foot. Using your left leg to help lift the chest. Maybe if your hamstrings and low back stay so, that leg is going to lengthen. Oh. Nice and slow, lower down. Shake that off. Woo. Right arm down, left hand up. Woo. Thread that right arm under the thigh, left hand around the low back. Again, this might just feel nice as a forward fold. You can keep your chin into your chest. Maybe start to shift your weight into your left foot. Maybe rise on up. And if you've got a wall, just step on it. There we go, that's better. I told you the wall's my favorite path. And then nice and slow. Oh, let all that go. All right, let's come all the way down to a seat. Nothing fancy here. All right, we're gonna come into fire log pose. We're gonna take your left leg underneath. Right ankle over top of the left. You might need to lean back with this. You might be able to sit upright. You could also put a block or some cushion underneath of you. Yeah, there we go. And then if your hips are pretty open, you might be able to find a little forward fold here as well. Nice, so wherever you are, soften into this. Even if you're leaning back, close the eyes, soften your jaw. You can even breathe out through the lips. Nice and easy, go ahead and sit all the way back. Take your hands behind your hips if they're not already there. We're gonna unwind the legs and we'll find a reverse tabletop. All right, so a little bend to the elbows. Start to squeeze your shoulder blades together and then you can press out through the arms. Then press into your feet, lift the hips, open up the throat a little bit. Nice, maybe even press into your feet like you want to slide them toward the hands. And then go ahead and lower down. Go ahead and take that right leg on the bottom. Left ankle over top of your right knee. Nice, and then you want to try and get that bottom ankle so it's right under your knee as well. And you might ease into this, just kind of hang back here, close the eyes. As you soften into this, you might be able to sit more upright or maybe even find a fold. And wherever you are, just loosen through the jaw, deepen the breath all the way down into the belly. Just allow it to inflate, get that breath all the way deep into the hips. And just sigh your breath out. One more deep breath in. And just empty that out. And then nice and easy, rising on up. Walk the hands back behind your hips. Unwind through the legs. We'll take another reverse tabletop. And press the arms first, little bend to the elbows. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to support your heart. Press down through the big toe sides of your feet. Lift the hips. option to stay here, or you might extend one leg out and the other, pressing down through the big toe side of your feet. And then nice and easy. Lower down. Let's set up for Paschimottanasana. So press down through the heels, bend the knees, and then almost like you want to scoot yourself forward. Your flesh is going to stay where it is. You're just going to maybe feel those sits bones roll forward in the flesh. Sweep the arms all the way up overhead. We're going to fold into the hips by reaching your belly button toward the knees. Take your peace fingers around your big toes so that the thumbs are up. Bend the elbows out to the side. Take a breath in. Keep pulling your big toes in toward you. At the same time, you're going to press the big toe mounds of your feet away. Might sound counterintuitive, but it's going to help roll the inner thighs down. Maybe create a little bit more space in the low back. Take another breath in. Tuck the chin into your chest. Just kind of release into this. Keep that sensation of that pulling and pressing of the fingers and toes. Might go nice to sway the head side to side. Create that stretch all the way up into those upper back and neck muscles. And then nice and easy. Let's roll all the way up. And then if you're not there already, let's go ahead and slide all the way forward. You'll pick up your hips this time. Bring your heels to meet the top edge of your mat. This time you're going to point the toes away from you. Reach the arms out to a hover. Sit up nice and tall, lengthen through the belly just a bit. Deep breath in, and then exhale. Start to wrap your ribs and chin in. We're going to slowly roll down. Once your heels feel like they want to lift, hold here. Take another deep breath in. And then think of stacking one vertebrae down to your mat. And then the next. And the next. And then the next. If you're out of air, take another breath in. And slowly lower all the way down. Oh. Yes. And then take any thing else that you would like to close out your practice. Otherwise, it is time for the juicy part. If you need to rock your bent knees side to side or happy baby. Anything goes. Otherwise, we'll lengthen through the legs. Notice if your low back is asking for some height under your knees. And just settle in here. We'll reach the palms out, the arms out a little bit wider than usual. Take another deep breath in with your palms facing up toward the ceiling. Take a breath in and then nice slow exhale to soften into Shavasana. to gently wiggle the fingers and the toes. Rolling through the wrists and the ankles. Maybe nodding the head side to side, finding some rotation back in the neck, maybe in the hips, rolling the inner thighs down, back up. And let's lengthen the arms alongside the ears. It might feel nice as if the inner thighs together, reaching the big toes away from you, allowing the back to arch away from your mat. Gently bending in one knee and then the other. Come to rest onto the right side of your body.